He seriously won't shut up about the bikes. Every bike he sees, he's like, oh, look, that's a bike. It's a fixie. That bike is cool. Can't wait to get my own bike.
It's the dream.
It's the dream.
After a long wait, the dream has finally come true. This is my State 4130 bicycle. As stock, the bike is pretty good. The pedals give you the ability to add straps to them, but they're not super grippy. So I did swap them out for these Chester race face pedals, which are way grippier. New pedals. Great. The second thing that had to go were the grips. The grips really had no grip whatsoever, so I actually ordered these cheap ones off Amazon after looking at a few reviews, and so far they're pretty good. Say goodbye to these handles. Oh, so much easier. They're clamp-on style, so when it comes to taking them on and off, it's way easier than the stock ones, and they fit the bars perfectly. The final two things I added to the bike was a bottle holder and a basket. This basket was a gift from my friend Jake, and it is awesome. This basket is from a company called Wald and is so convenient. It straps on just to the front bars and locks onto the fork. I was originally thinking to get racks on the back, but I do like the basket at the front so I can see my stuff. To increase the ride experience, the next thing I do want to change is the seats. And surprisingly, seats could get pretty expensive. So I just decided to go on the cheaper side and try one off Amazon. So I'll be experimenting with it and probably make another video about that. Since I'm around 180 centimeters tall, I could go for either the 55 or the 59 centimeter frame. I ended up going for the 55 as it got recommended to me that if I wanted to go a little bit faster and be a little bit more nimble, the smaller one would help with that. The tires that come with the State bike are 38 mil. And I was actually thinking to swap them out for something thinner to go a little bit faster. But I think for the New York streets, since they have a lot of potholes, they're not the smoothest. These tires actually make them a little bit more forgiving. I've actually seen configurations of this bike with much chunkier tires than these 38 millimeter ones, and also much skinnier ones. So I do think that one of the benefits of this frame is that it can accommodate quite a few different sizes of tires. It's fairly solid and lightweight. I've actually taken it on the subway once or twice, carrying it up and down stairs, which is doable. And the overall ride experience, this thing definitely moves. The single speed can be a little troublesome when you're going up hills, but with a little bit of training, these definitely get a lot easier. As for the rest of the components, I'm pretty happy with them. The ride feels smooth, and the bike is made out of steel, making it feel like a tank. It weighs a little over 10 kilos, so once I added my bike and the bike lock that I always have to carry, I believe it's a little over 11. Breaking down the numbers, after leaving the bike shop that helped me assemble the bike, it cost me $632.55. That is including the bike as well as a bell I got for $32. There are so many locks out there, and after watching a ton of videos of people breaking locks to test which one is the best, at the end of the day, it came down to price. Either I could spend a few $100s on a lock or $56.15 for a kryptonite lock, which my friend has actually tested for 2 years and he's been pretty okay with it, fingers crossed and touching wood. It is a kryptonite lock and they do have an insurance included with the lock. I've heard that it's not very easy to claim the insurance, but nonetheless, it is pretty good and it does the job. The race face pedals cost me $32.59. I did buy it on a sale, so the prices may differ, but I personally really love these pedals as they have these bolts that are facing up and really grip your shoe. I'm considering maybe holding off on getting straps when originally I was really confident that I did want straps. I may still buy them in the future. The new grips that I got cost $14.14. I did actually tighten one too hard and one of the bolts stripped. I'm not too sure if that's a user error or actually because of the quality of the grips, so just keep that in mind if you do consider buying these. My basket, fortunately, was a gift, and shout out again to my friend Jake. This basket is the best. And finally, the two smaller things so far was a bottle cage from REI, which cost around $6, and also from REI, I bought the volet strap, which is a coveted item amongst bike packers apparently. I've tested it to hold my lock against my basket so it doesn't rattle around too much, and it does a great job. If you are currently looking at what bike to get, these were the options that I was looking at to help with your research. Obviously, I went with the State 4130, but the ones that I was looking at, which you may have heard already, was the Mercer Killer TT. This has a ton of great reviews. I've seen a few of these around New York and they look phenomenal. The main thing with this one, which is the same as the State, there were a few components that I was thinking of switching, so I knew I was going to do a bit of customization to it anyway, and that goes for the same as the third and final option, which is a Tokyo bike. One of my friends actually owns this one, so I got to ride it, and the fit and position is a little bit more relaxed for what I personally like, so I knew I would probably change the bars, but other than that, I do think the Tokyo bike is a great value bike, coming in at around $500 as I currently see it on sale. All the components he's kept as stock, and I personally would too, besides maybe the pedals and the handlebar, which I mentioned. But stylistically, I think the Mercer and the Tokyo bike do look a little cooler, but hoping in future as I customize this bike to really tailor it to my personal style, I think you could get there. I'm super excited to keep riding this and customize it even further. So if you want to take a look at those videos, definitely follow along, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.